So I just want to understand, because you're in academia right now, I wanted to understand like what are the differences between like being a journalist and like working in academia? Like in terms of like job, what are the pros and the cons? What do you miss doing while you were a journalist, and just a flavor of the differences between these two professions, maybe.
Yeah. So in journalism, you're operating at the top of the T of ideas, is how I like to put it, right? You're very broad, but you're only going so deep. Um, and but you do go deep, but the type of depth has a particular flavor where you're trying to understand, like, what is the view of all of the top people across a number of different domains. Like in AI, you want to know the leading edge view of the technical experts at the AI companies, at the labs. You want to know what the policy people think, the economists, et cetera, and you kind of triangulate among them. But within any issue, you're not going to go super deep. You're not going to train a transformer yourself. Well, maybe you will, but you're not going to really deeply understand how the LM was made or build it yourself or actually push the frontier at the technical level. In academia, you're kind of more on the trunk of the T. You're narrowing in on one particular question. You're going to spend years on that one particular question, and so there's something really beautiful about both of those types of intellectual exploration. I don't think either is like a better way of getting at the truth necessarily. Maybe that view of mine will change in the future, but I view them as quite complementary. I really like going between the two modes of analysis. I think I felt that in journalism, I did feel kind of a calling to take some of the questions that were on my mind and go really deep into them, which is why I did the PhD. Um, but I miss journalism a lot. I really loved traveling. I really loved writing for a broader audience. You're writing for a very different audience. That's the other big difference, right? That shapes all of this. Everything is downstream of that, right? In journalism, you're writing for a broad set of the public, or maybe some set of people thinking about that area. In academia, you're writing really for a pretty small community of fellow specialists. And so that very much shapes how you think, who you spend time with. Yeah, but I view them as really complementary, and over my career I plan to go between the two modes.